and see what we can do better. Okay, hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Russ Edmonds, veteran animator and story artist, and today I want to talk about visual communication. You know the old saying, picture's worth 1,000 words? Well, we're going to talk about that today. As always, I will be sketching and taking notes outside and bringing it back here to the studio to draw and have some fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to see this entire episode, join me on Patreon. The link's down below. There you'll see webinars and chalk talks and lots of tutorials on animation. We communicate with our eyes more than you think we do. And as artists, we like to communicate visually rather than verbally. We all need to learn how to thumbnail and to draw our ideas directly from our head, no matter how sloppy they are. But getting that thought on paper is the most important thing we need to learn how to do. We use it a lot for storyboarding and telling stories, but also for thumbnails for animation. What we're going to do today is we're going to go outside and look for situations and take those situations we see in life and bring them back to the studio and see what we can do with them. See how we can exaggerate them and make them funny or make them sad or whatever we can do to really make them pop off the page, that we show this situation to somebody else, they understand. We'll see you outside. Chickens. We should be able to find an idea with chickens. Or maybe just a kernel of an idea. Ideas can come from anywhere, at any time. So keep your eyes open, your head on a swivel, and start drawing. What we can do. See what we can do with the dogs. Okay, let's take a look at what we have. Now we've done the first two steps of our communication process. We've observed and we got inspired from what we observed. Rooster was blowing in the wind. I noticed that they did not flap their wings. They didn't put their wings out when it was blowing. And here's the all the hens following the rooster. Wherever he went, they would follow. And actually, I've seen something like this before, where Lexi is laying down and the chickens are all around her sleeping. They're all sleeping together. I was drawing Ellie, kind of figuring out animating her digging a hole. And this is an idea that she was digging a hole, goes all the way down deep. Okay, now time to do some brainstorming. This is kind of my process. I'll observe, get some ideas, and then I'll brainstorm, and then we draw, and then I pitch. This is how story's done, this is how thumbnails for animation is done, and this is how development is done. The whole process is designed to come up with the best idea. You know, they always say, good animation never saved a bad story. Well, bad ideas, or just even mediocre ideas, can make a bad story. Now, I'm going to brainstorm some of these ideas from my sketchbook. I'll do that right now. In the background, you'll hear, I'm going to play an actual brainstorming session with my wife. My wife, Angie, always sits in on my brainstorming sessions because she has a way of thinking out of the box that is great for me. And I suggest bringing someone else in when you want to think about these things because you always get a different perspective. So let's get going here.
but I like the wind. The wind with the chickens is really funny.
I also like the idea of
The dog.
the dog and the chicken.
That's a really fun interaction.
And then there's the
digging hole.
The digging the hole. So let's just start at the beginning. Go back to the winds one. Chickens in the wind.
Yeah.
What's
I like the fact that you could see them. Their feathers fluff up, and they, you could have the wind take off, and they're kind of, they're sideways, and you could see them like going sideways. Yeah. Trying to maybe get behind something for shelter. Running from shelter to shelter, you know what I mean? Like get behind a tree, to hold you up. You could have one chicken scratching, and the other chickens get hit by because everything's blowing, scratching.
Oh, getting hit by the
gravel.
dust.
Yeah, the gravel. So
that's fun.
So there's a couple of ideas.
Yeah, I'm still not sure where to go with it though.
Well, you don't need to make a big story, but I like the idea of you could have a chicken, just trying to stay up, and he's holding onto the ground, with his claws, and he's leaning forward. The different things hanging on with its beak onto something and blowing. But I mean, if he's just leaning in here and you see a hen blowing by, that's really funny.
That's funny. Seeing a hen blow by.
Yeah. Or maybe another, and then he's like pushing, and you see this expression, oh crap, and then a hen blows him over.
It's the struggle of one rooster against the storm.
Yeah, and then another hen gets him, and they roll that way.
Now, I'm going to take these thumbnails, I'm going to pick the best one, and I'm going to translate that so other people can read it. So, what do I have to do? Well, clarity is the objective here. It's got to read super clear. So first I pick the best idea, then I figure out how to stage it the best way, and then I pick the best pose. Now, not all situations are dynamic. Situations can be subtle. Some situations are better left for animating character business rather than story ideas. Now, you could take a small observation and create an entire storyline. Observation is the key to good ideas, which in turn creates good story. The business is always changing, but good ideas never change. The best way to communicate those ideas is through drawing, and it's the fastest way of communication. Observation gives you great ideas, and drawing gives you great communication. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to see this entire episode, join me on Patreon, where I'll talk about animation tutorials and chalk talks and webinars. The link is down below. I'll see you there. So until next time, observe, understand, sketch, and animate. And I'll see you soon.